Hello YouTube, welcome to Forbes Overland, video number 1. In fact, my first ever YouTube video, so please forgive me for my horrific camera skills and audio recording skills or lack of, and the fact that I'll need to keep referring to my notebook because I can't remember what day it is, let alone what I should be drivelling on about. So by way of introduction, I'm Forbes and I'm a committed petrol head. Now, by that I mean that I have, well, in fact, actually, I'm an incredibly dull and boring person, because unless it's anything car related, yeah, I'm kind of lost, really. I've tried taking up other hobbies, but no, since birth it's always and likely is only ever going to be cars. So fully committed petrol head with a debilitating disease of changing my cars probably as often as I change my underpants. Now, obviously I'm a committed petrol head, and normally a committed petrol head would possess some mechanical skills, knowledge, and maybe some practical experience, but I have none. I have nothing at all. But this video is to introduce a recent acquisition, which I couldn't pass up on because it was free, practically free, and she needs to be saved. So I'm sat in a Series 3 109 Land Rover. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a dedicated Land Rover enthusiast, but I've owned a lot of them, from Defenders to big Range Rovers to lots of Discoveries, etc. So whilst I wouldn't say I'm a Land Rover, just the Land Rover enthusiast, I'm in the camp of believing that they are very, very special cars, and that they've got something really special about them, which no other manufacturer has ever been able to kind of do, really, I think. So I couldn't turn down this opportunity to have practically, or to save a car that's, practically free. And really the aim of this channel, or what I wanted to do, was to document and record, I guess, the history of the restoration of the vehicle, of this Series 3. I keep calling it a 3 Series, and it's definitely not a BMW. But the aim of the channel really is just to record the progress and how we get on, or how I get on in restoring this car, with no practical skills, ability, knowledge, or anything. So learning it all on the fly, and then to be able to record that for my children, my boys. And also I thought it's a great way for us to spend time together, and for us to both learn things and gain skills at the same time. So really looking forward to kind of getting started. So enough of me just absolutely drivelling on. Feel free to just skip forward through me drivelling. But so it's a Series 3 109 Land Rover built in 1980, which was, and it was an MOD car, so Ministry of Defence car, up until I think the early to mid 90s, when obviously it came out and was registered on the road. Now, I have seen much worse restoration projects being undertaken on Series Land Rovers, and in fact any kind of Land Rover on YouTube, because I'm obviously trying to learn from watching other people. So whilst I've seen much worse cars in worse condition, they've all been kind of put back on the road or sorted by people that possess skills that I marvel at. So, you know, that they've been completed by competent people, not competent idiot like me. So she's not in the best of shapes. She's been hand painted in a wonderful shade of black, and also I believe that there's been, like, you know, that scene out of Ghost where someone just where they're playing with clay. I think someone's done something similar to that with filler. So you'll be able to see in some of the clips, you know, the general state of the bodywork. So I don't know what that's hiding. Potentially, probably a lot of filler and rust. The tyres are really, really old, and they need changing desperately. There's obviously a mismatch. Of course, wasn't really expecting it to come on a brand new set of, you know, Goodyear Wranglers or anything. The doors don't shut properly. The interior is in a pretty bad way. But because I've never owned one of these vehicles before, I don't know what's meant to be in here and what's not meant to be in here. What is standard, what is not standard. But it currently kind of works. But I don't know what bits are supposed to be here, what bits aren't supposed to be here. Seat box is rusted through, checker plate all down the side, and that makes me a little bit a lot nervous, because I've never tackled rust. Well, I've never tackled anything outside of detailing a car before. So I'm hoping that under there, there's not huge gaping holes. I just hope that one of the previous owners has had a bit of a penchant for checker plate. The steering column is out of something else, but I'm not sure what. But it's got power steering. So I'm not sure if the power steering can be used with the original steering column, which I actually have. The car did come with quite a few spares. I think I've got 2 spare gearboxes, an engine, which I dropped. Well, it fell out of the back of the pickup, and I don't have an engine hoist. I think crane, is it called a hoist or a crane? That took me about 4 or 5 hours to manage to work out how to leverage it back into a trailer. So I think the doors are too far gone, and whilst it's MOT and, you know, tax and MOT exempt, I do want to make sure that it's at least moderately safe before driving it. So the first thing I'm going to do, right at the beginning of the video, I apologise for my terrible videoing and recording or audio-y skills, and what you've just seen is a classic example of what you're going to have to put up with if you decide to watch these videos, is me just randomly stopping the recording kind of halfway through a sentence. What I was going to finish saying was I'm going to pop on a spare set of wheels that came with my Puma Defender, which I was going to refurb and sell, but I haven't got round to it. So because it's got relatively decent BF Goodrich all-terrains on them, they're not cracked and, you know, 40 years old like the other ones are. So I'm going to pop those on. In terms of, well, actually, no, let's just do that. I'll pop the tyres, pop the new wheels on, hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can remember and work out how to do that. Also, little side note, I've just found, whilst I was rummaging through to find some wheel nuts, I have just found some 30mm spacers, which I think came off my Puma Defender when I first got that, hub centric. So I might see what it will look like on those. I think the wheels will probably stick out too far because obviously it doesn't have wheel arches, but I can see. We'll have a do. Maybe I'll do one wheel with a spacer on, the other wheel without, and we'll just see. I mean, that's even if the wheels go on, which I don't know whether they will. I'm guessing that it's just that surely they will. It's a 27mm nut. So got that. I may break out the Dugger gun, because there's, yeah, if I'm going to put space on, it's going to take quite a long time. So I'm going to jack it up, chock the rear wheels. Don't really need axle stands, I don't think, because I'm only changing the wheel and I'm not going to be under it. Feel free to, if you know, the two of you that watch this video, feel free to berate me in the comments if you want. Yeah, right, I'm going to get cracking. Two massive surprises. First off, tyres are a lot worse than I thought they were, but pleasant surprise is the condition of the hubs, wheel hubs. Have a look at these. I mean, they're all just cracked all the way. Yeah. Just in awful condition. However, that looks all a bit either painted or, but that doesn't look too bad to me. Somebody else might tell me different. Good basis, good foundation, I would say. So let's see how we can get these bad boys back on. But spacers definitely are definitely not a fit at all. See, it's catching on the inside and what have you. So they're not going to fit. Now let's try the wheels. So, yeah, they don't fit either. So this is what I mean by complete and utter novice. I've got absolutely no idea. I had no idea that, of course, the wheels or the spacers wouldn't fit. But that's all right. I will go back to the drawing board. I'll just have to order up, I think, just some steel wheels, and then I can have these all-terrains swapped over onto a new set of steel wheels. So yeah, well, what an amazing first venture onto YouTube. I'm sure that you've all massively not enjoyed watching me not really achieve anything. However, the next video that I do, I may have a go at taking, whilst I'm waiting for the wheels to come, or I'll try and track some down from somewhere, get on the old Facebook Marketplace. So in the next video, what I might do is have a look at and see what's lying underneath the checker plate and some of the paint. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, which, to be fair, if it is, then you're obviously as weird as I am, then feel free to do what people are supposed to do. Is it like and subscribe? Like and subscribe, maybe. But yeah, I will see you on the other one, or the next one. See you later.